Hello, everyone. My name is Kayla, and welcome to another episode of the Not a Secret Agent series. And today I am here with
Keisha Tompkins.
yes, and I'm so excited. We're gonna get the real from a very seasoned expert in the industry. I say very seasoned, like you.
Yes, right? Thanks, Kayla.
It's all love over here.
Okay.
But okay, tell me about yourself. Tell me about your journey.
Okay, so my journey began like 19 years ago. I wanted to get into business because I love looking at homes, I love decorating, and one of the main reasons why I got into the business is because I had, two bad experiences with my agents when I bought homes. And I was like, this is horrible. It has to be a better way to do this. So that actually sparked me into getting my license because I was like, I want to show people how to service people in this industry.
Show them how it's done. Tell me about some of the hurdles in the beginning of the career that you wish you could have avoided.
So some of the hurdles is that I had was trying to find people. I had this illusion that I would get in real estate and I was just gonna kill it. But, I didn't know who to market myself to. I didn't know, I was afraid to talk to people and afraid even to wear my badge. Going into the store, I just felt like people were like, oh my God. So just some of the hurdles was trying to understand how to market myself. So I think that was probably one of my biggest hurdles. Yeah. Trying to figure out, who can I get to buy a house?
Yeah.
So I didn't understand back then that this business is about relationships. So I didn't understand that. And so anytime I got around friends or, I didn't want to mention real estate. So I was kind of like almost like a secret agent. And you don't want to be a secret agent. That's the wrong thing. Exactly. So it is, yeah, when you get into this business, you got to get in there and you can't be a secret agent. That's for sure.
Exactly. I think I've gotten better with talking about myself and saying what I do. But it's like, okay, I'm saying it to people, but I don't think I'm saying it to the right people. Who do I need to market to? And I keep hearing people say, oh, you got to pick a niche. You should find a niche. How do I know? And I have this guy here. I don't know where to start, what to do.
And you don't know that in the beginning, but it's basically doing what makes you happy. Because if you're going to do something that makes you happy, you're going to go all out with it. So I think that in the beginning, I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do everything that everybody else was doing. And that's not a good idea.
Can't be like everybody else. Gotta be you.
You gotta be you. Can't be everybody else. So
yeah. So if you had to start over today, what would you do differently?
Well, if I had to start over today, I would have in today's market, I would totally go toward that social media. I'm from Atlanta, so I would reach out to all of my friends, anybody that I know. I would just let people know I'm an agent. I won't be afraid to talk to people. So if I could have done that back then, I think I would be a much, much more successful agent. Yeah. And just,
Try to start out that way.
Yes.
Hopefully it pays off.
It will. It will.
So what strategies do you use now to go and find your clients?
Well, I try to be very active on social media. I've started making videos. That was one of the things I did not want to do. But now I'm feeling more comfortable with it. So making videos, talking to people, networking, joining different networking groups. And so just letting people know that I'm in the business. So just not being afraid to talk to people and not being afraid to make those relationships. And the business that I've had in the past, still keeping in contact with those people and letting them know I'm still here. And if you need anything, I'm still here for you. So not just selling someone a home and saying, bye-bye, I'm out. Now it's more checking up on them, wellness check, just being that genuine agent and that person to let them know I'm still here for you. If you need a vendor, if you need whatever, I'm still here. So
Yeah. Keeping that relationship in
yes,
the
that's
relationship
very, very
business.
important in this business. Very important.
Love to hear it. So I love networking, and I hear you talk about the networking communities and everything. What kind of communities are you a part of?
Well, right now I am with the Brookhaven Chamber of Commerce. So I'm with that. Yes, I'm not with the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce this year, but so I chose to go in Atlanta because that's something I would love to kind of network in that area a little bit more. With that being kind of a luxury area in Buckhead and all that. So trying to do that. And also I'm a member of the East Side, Gwinnett East Side Chamber of Commerce, Networking Chamber of Commerce as well. So, and then you want to also, if you can get in any BNI groups, that's a networking group. If you can get
What
in
is that?
something,
I don't know what that is.
that is a networking. That's a networking group. They have them in different areas all over Atlanta, and so you get in the group. They only allow a certain amount of realtors in it, so it's a vendor. It's like all types of vendors. So if you can get in one of those and become that agent and refer business out, and they refer business to you, that's a great way, a great networking group to get
It's
into.
BNI. Okay, I've never heard of that. And then the first one you said, what was that? The chamber?
The chamber, the Brookhaven Chamber of Commerce.
So what do they do? I've never heard of that either.
Well, they have like networking lunches.
Okay.
They also have volunteering events that you can do. They're always trying to bring us together so that we can talk to all the vendors. It's just like at our office when we have our meetings and they have the vendors there, it's the same thing. But you're actually going out into the community meeting these different people. So
I never even heard of that. That's
Yep.
cool. So tell me about your day-to-day life. Tell me about your routine that makes you a successful agent.
So first, I'm all about taking care of myself and my mental. So I get up in the morning, I pray, have my coffee. I'm not a big breakfast person, but I just have my coffee. And then I meditate a little bit. And that's important for my mental. So I'm all about that first. And then I exercise. I also exercise. I'm about taking care of myself. I'm a little older now, so I have to take care of myself. So do that. And then, I do that before I actually jump into work. So I try to start work about 9 o'clock. And once I get into that, I try to be very, very mindful of my schedule. So start that, have my lunch. So I'm not a person that starts something and then stop for a minute, and I have to stick to that schedule. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I know the routine helps you kind of like stay on task and stay motivated. What else helps you stay motivated and be consistent?
Well, I think the biggest thing that makes me motivated is my family. I love being able to do nice things for my family. My mom is my world. She's 87. And so I like to be able to do nice things for my family. And I want to leave a legacy. So for my kids. So I feel like that's what keeps me motivated in this business for sure. Yep. That's what
I love it. So let's get real.
Okay.
What do you think is more of a misconception in the industry? What do you think that people really need to hear before they get into real estate, or while you're a new agent, before you really get started? What do people really need to hear?
Okay, Miss Kayla, you want the truth, right?
Don't sugarcoat now.
Okay. So I decided to get in the business because someone told me my son played all sports, baseball, football, and I would always go to the park, and this guy would always come to the park, and he would always be dressed, and he was always just a fast talker and everything. And he told me, he said, you know what? I said, no, I asked him, I said, what do you do? And he says, I'm a real estate agent. And I said, oh, okay. I've always wanted to try that because, you know, I love looking at homes and I've had a bad experience with agents before. So I want to be an agent. He goes, you should do it because you would be rich. If you do real estate, you're going to be rich. Biggest lie I've ever heard in my life. Because, you know, just jumping into real estate, you're not just going to instantly get rich. That's not how it works. And I think that a lot of people think that this is an easy business and this is a business that you can just get into, make a lot of money and get out when you want to. That's not true. It's not. This is a very, very hard business. It is. So that would be one of the biggest for me is that I'm going to get in this business and I'm going to be rich. It takes money to make money. So to get into this business, you got to understand that it's not going to happen instantly, you know, unless you already have you already have a network of people already there. It's not going to happen instantly. That's not how it works. So,
Yeah.
big lie. Sorry, it is.
You hear it here first.
Yes,
I tell
yes.
you. Okay, so let's wrap it all up. What do you think is the best piece of advice that you've ever gotten that helps you be a successful agent today?
Okay, so first of all, the best piece of advice I've gotten is to treat this like a business. Don't treat it like a job and don't treat it like it's just, you know, something you're just going to dabble into. Be serious about it and also understand, you know, what it's going to take for you to succeed in this business. How much money is it going to take? Any brokerage that you interview with, you want them to tell you and be honest with how much money you need to actually start this business. Because I think a lot of people don't understand that to start this business, you really need a nest egg because especially if you are going all in and you don't have another job or anything like that, you got to have a nest egg. Okay. You got to be ready to spend money, like I said, to make money.
Yeah.
So this business is not a business that you can just get into, no money saved up or anything and just flourish through. That's not how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
So you really have to have a nest egg before you jump into this business. So, yep.
It's good advice.
Great advice. Listen, because I'm telling you.
She had to look in the camera for
Yes,
that one.
for real, right? Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for being real and honest
Thank
with us
you.
today.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure talking with you.
Pleasure talking.
But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who you want to see next, what topics you want to discuss, any questions you have for Miss Keisha over here. We would love to hear it and talk to you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.